Meanwhile, at Mikhail's secret lair, the Chronicler and Mikhail conspire on what to do with the brainwashed Colossus.
I followed your command, Mikhail, using my talent and my power to write Piotr's actions and make them real. I put too much time into him. If I just stop, he might too.
Well, then what would you have us do? How would you like to end this story, Chronicler?
Oh my God, I am so glad you asked because now that he's here, I have a whole bunch of new ideas. Okay, let me get out my pen. All right, so then with his chest heaving, Piotr just takes off his shirt and then he sees the Chronicle standing writing about him and then he whisks him away and then unzips his pants and pulls out his raging member.
Whoa.
What? Oh my God, I'm busy.
Stop right there.
What?
I don't want any story with my brother unzipping his pants. What else do you have?
Okay, so he turns around and he rips a hole in the back of his jeans, and then he opens up his puckered rosebud as I take out my own turgid member. Oh, okay.
I know what a rosebud is. Niet.
Okay. All right, fine. Okay, if it's not about me, then I'll just write about something else. Okay. And then that's when Piotr realized he couldn't hold back with the forbidden love, not homosexuality, but incest. That's right. He's in love with his brother Mikhail, so he takes him and sweeps him up by the arms and starts sticking his tongue in. What?
Niet. We did that already.
Oh my God. The end. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Comic Book Queers, episode 273, CBQ Legacy. I'm your host, Jeff, and with us, as always, is Brett.
Hi, Evil. How are you?
I am great. EvilJeff is doing wonderful today. How is good Brett doing?
Good Brett is doing good as well.
Okay. Do we have any, is anything new, anything fun? Are there any hot topics to talk about?
Well, one thing is I'm drinking a glass of red wine while we record this, and that means summer is over.
What are you drinking? Is red wine for fall? Is that a fall thing for you?
Red wine's for fall. Yeah, we don't touch red wine during the summer unless it's a fruity chilled.
I was about to say unless it's like a sangria. That's summery.
Yes.
What do you do in the when we're recording and it's like a hot July? What do you have like a gin and tonic?
I'm having a glass of rosé wine.
Is it always wine?
It's typically wine, never beer. I'm fanning myself in the corner near my microphone.
Oh my God. What about a mint julep?
Suckling on a mint julep. I like to put the leaves in my mouth while the whiskey dances around my gullet. I typically, if I'm home, I'm drinking wine or a margarita. That's typically the two forms of the drinking.
Do you have like a margarita mix, or do you make that all from scratch?
Oh, we make it from scratch, girl. You know the formula, 3-2-1.
Was it triple sec tequila?
It's 3 parts. Well, I use mezcal, so 3 parts tequila, but I use mezcal. So it's 3 parts tequila to 2 parts, like an orange liqueur, like a Cointreau or like a triple sec, and then 1 part lime juice.
Oh, okay, nice.
The perfect margarita.
And is it blended, or just on ice?
You shake it.
Oh, okay.
And you put it on the rocks. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you salt your rim?
You salt the rim. You give it a vigorous shake.
Hot.
Yeah.
What's your spring drink?
Spring, we go with the white wine.
Oh, okay. And then is winter still red?
Winter is still red.
Winter's just straight up heroin.
Winter is when you'll break out your brown liquors. Okay, maybe a little bit of a bourbon or a whiskey in the winter. Winter only Scotch.
All right.
I love a Scotch. I love a smoky drink like a Scotch or a mezcal.
Well, I would say mezcal is. I don't like that. Mezcal is just like, hey, let's take this tequila and put some bacon in it. I don't like that. It's like it's the same. It's like, do you like a Bloody Mary too? I don't like a savory.
No,
drink.
I hate Bloody Mary.
How do you like mezcal? It feels like bacon.
tomato is why I don't like Bloody Mary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree. So the idea of like, hey, can I take a cup of ragu spaghetti sauce and put some vodka in it? It's gross.
No, we have a complicated relationship with the tomato.
Yeah, we're Italian. There's like things you do with the tomato, and there's things you don't do with the tomato.
But there are things Italians do with tomatoes that I despise also, which gave my grandmother such agita when I was a kid.
Wait, like what? Like you don't like a stuffed tomato or something?
I didn't like red sauce. I didn't like when she made gravy. I didn't like her putting the gravy on the pasta before she served it. I wanted.
Wait, are you
pasta.
still like that?
Sauce.
No.
College cured me of.
I was gonna say
thing.
that is like put you in a mental.
But I used to
institution.
take the top of the pizza slice off, the cheese off, and then wipe the sauce off, and then put the cheese back on.
That's horrifying.
I know.
I will say there was a bunch of
dietary habits of young Brett.
My two Italian full Sicilian cousins. They grew up for a long time where they only wanted butter and Parmesan on their spaghetti or butter and Romano cheese.
I would sneak under the table with a stick of butter and eat the stick of butter. My parents would find me under the table eating a stick of butter like it is a candy bar.
That's crazy. I will say,
crazy.
Speaking of like drinks, did I tell you back when I used to drink how I used to, when I was at the gay bar, I would change my drink order depending on what season it was?
What were the seasons? What were the drinks per season?
Summer was a gin and tonic.
Oh.
Fall was a Cape Cod, a cranberry vodka.
Okay.
Winter was like a rum and coke, like a spiced rum and coke.
Yes.
And then spring it would be like a vodka tonic with lime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those all
like that.
Feel aligned.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I like changing. That's the one thing about living in LA. There's the seasons are like very slight. So it's hard to like, oh, let's get in the holiday spirit and have some mulled wine. Like it's never like cold enough.
Oh, that's what it's like here in New York.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go. Let's do each season at its most intense level.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen like the bitches walking around here in Central Park in the fall.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cowl neck sweaters, scarves,
wide brimmed hats.
Yeah. Big long pea coats. Yeah. But I'm jealous. I'm jealous of sweater weather. Are there any other hot topics besides what you're drinking?
Yeah. Okay. Let's. I don't think we've done the hot topics music yet.
Oh, hit the music. We got some hot topics. Yeah.
So as you may or may not know, there is a live action Marvel musical happening at the Disneys at the Avengers campuses, which evidently there's an Avengers campus in Florida now. Yes or no?
I mean, I have no idea. I don't know.
I have no idea. I thought it was just California. And then my brother-in-law was like, no, it's in Florida now too. Well, wherever there is an Avengers campus, there is a theater showing audiences the 30 minutes, one act musical, Rogers the Musical from Hawkeye fame, the Hawkeye TV show on Disney Plus. In the beginning of that show, Hawkeye goes to a Broadway musical about the Avengers, about Captain America specifically. It's called Rogers the Musical. It is so cheesy and bad. Well, now it is a thing at our theme parks, and they have just dropped the original soundtrack on Spotify.
My God, this is your Hamilton.
So we now have access. Oh, this is my Hamilton. We now have access. Can I play for you about 60 seconds of a song called What You Missed?
Is that from the beginning? I remember on YouTube, I watched like the first 10 minutes of it.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. But play it. I love it.
Here we go. Soulful. Yeah. It's Falcon. It's the list he makes for him in the beginning of Winter Soldier, but a song. amazing?
Oh my God.
I love when a song is like a list or just something that advances the plot instead of told from like an emotional high, you know, like good songs are.
I also like how that it sounds
somebody,
like that sounds like who's the three little maids from school.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
What's that?
Or like I am the major of a major.
Exactly.
That one.
Isn't that the same composer? That's Pirates.
Three little girls from school, are we? Isn't that the Mikado?
I can't remember.
Three
Was that
little maids from
Pirates of
school, are we?
Penzance? Is the
Oh, it's the
other
HMS
one.
Pinafore or the Pirates of Penzance, right? Anyway, I got to see this shit.
Isn't it? Doesn't it end? Isn't it ended? I thought it ended in early September.
I don't know.
I thought it ended at the beginning of September.
Why can't it just go on forever?
You know what? Because you know what? Disney doesn't want us to be happy. They're like, hey, we're gonna do a secret invasion musical.
Oh, don't ever touch that story again. Good God.
Afraid they're going to, because there's something called War Machine. What's the Armor Wars? That's all going to be coming off of. It's all going to be like, oh my God, I woke up. I was a Skrull for so long. Now what?
Oh. What do you mean Tony's dead? Oh.
Yeah. If we're going to redo something with John Cheadle, can we bring back when he did Captain Planet? Do you remember those?
Oh, that was so funny.
Where he was Captain Planet, but full evil and just murdering everyone. He was like the Poison Ivy of our time.
That's right. Which we'll talk about later, right? Are we going to talk about Harley Quinn?
Yes.
I can't wait. I think they should bring back the Don Cheadle from Golden Palace, the short-lived Golden Girls spinoff.
Yeah, so and then he just can walk around the South and just start yelling at people trying to put up Confederate flags and telling them that they're racist.
Yep.
Love it.
Love it. You know what? So there's the hot topic. There's one thing I just learned recently, EvilJeff, that I wanted to bring up with you. When we were reading Alpha Flight #1 a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You were like, whatever happened to Sasquatch? I have stumbled across this information.
Oh, what happened to him?
So Sasquatch was Walter Langowski. He died. And this was in Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. So he died. Doc Samson died. They were both like in hell or the green or like, I don't know. I didn't read that run, unfortunately. But
the green.
Doc Samson.
Wait, is the green?
No, it's DC. Isn't that DC?
Okay.
But there is something like that in Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. There is something akin to the green. So Doc Samson, his soul came back from wherever they were, let's just say hell. But it came back in Walter Langowski's body. So now Doc Samson is in Sasquatch's body and he's called Doc Sasquatch. That's real.
Oh, well, that's sad that the other Alpha Flight character's just gone.
I know.
Well, they should get Doc Sasquatch.
We're going to talk about Al Ewing later, too, because he wrote a book that we read called Avengers, Inc.
Yes, we will talk about it.
Oh, and X-Men Red, too. He wrote that.
Right.
Should we talk about these comic books?
Yeah, why don't we hit the music?
The music.
Music makes the people come together.
Coming over.
I was reading X-Men comics in a cocktail bar. That much is true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we opened with X-Force. You want to start there?
Yeah, let's do X-Force. And we did it. No, I'm just kidding.
And we did it. So
Colossus.
a lot of this is Domino still trying to figure out what's happening with Colossus. She's breaking into like Russian mafia people's headquarters. They've got robots made out of Wolverine adamantium skeletons. She's trying to get information.
There are so many robot Wolverines right now. I'm over it.
Robot Wolverine is going to be the Halloween costume of the year.
Wait a minute, but can we think of, okay, wait, what's the other one? It's Dark X-Men has a robot Wolverine. And this now has a robot Wolverine. And then there's In the X-Men, Mother Righteous, in her little world, has like weird fake
The dogs. The
dog
wolves.
Wolverines. Stop it. Stop.
Well, it's because he refuses to take part in any sort of post-Krakoa storyline.
It's also like, it's like the character, bless you, the character
Thank you.
is like, hey, remember when Wolverine was in every Avengers and every X-Men book?
Now it's just his skeleton.
Yeah, I'm just like, just give me a goddamn break. Yeah, so this is just, and then we find out that like Sage has replaced her alcoholism with drinking too much tea and now has to pee all the time. Didn't need to know that.
Well, I did the same thing. I related to this because when I quit smoking cigarettes, I substituted it with green tea and almonds. And I was
but that's
shoveling
not the
that
same
shit
like
into my
mouth, like the mouth thing. That's the thing it was hard for me to quit cigarettes.
It's just like you replace the triggers with a different behavior.
I replaced it with cock because that's the closer to a cigarette than tea.
Oh, girl, that was the only thing I smoked more than cigarettes.
Anyway,
So Domino's sneaking around.
Yeah.
It's very John Wick. It's very James Bond. We established that Black Tom still has his powers, but no longer has a connection to Krakoa.
yeah, and he did not go through the gate. So he
He did not go through the gate. He's cool.
And then we also established that because Kid Omega is an old man who would just happen to have weird clones of his body, and then his powers don't work in it, his powers still don't work right. And he's like trapped and being held hostage or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about any of that.
This book also, it feels like it ends kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
It's just like, listen, if you do anything with Colossus, he might die. Well, then let him die. I don't care. And
Yeah, that was kind of like, okay. But at least this is leading to the end of all this bullshit.
I'd like for it to be wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Colossus is going to come. I have a feeling the book guy is going to kind of like turn against Mikhail and free Colossus, or
Yeah, he's gonna be
Domino is going to shoot the book guy in the head, or the book guy is going to get killed,
Or both.
then-
Why not both?
and then Colossus will be free, and then he's going to kill Mikhail, and then we're done with this. Can we be done with this? Also, what is the Cerebro sword again?
It was a sword made out of a Cerebro unit, right?
But does it have all of the power of like it has all of
Oh God, if they need it to, it will. You know?
All right. Because
It's been so long.
I know, because they'll be getting a Cerebro sword out of this. I hate how I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's getting. I know where this is going, and I'm just not. I'm not really that interested.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I'm dead on the inside. Because I was not feeling a lot of this shit this week.
Yeah. You want to move on to Children of the Vault then? Number 2?
Yeah. Speaking of not feeling stuff, they even admitted that this is garbage in the writing of this book.
How so? When it was like, we're going to throw away that old Children of the Vault team and give you new ones.
Not only that, but Cable says it. Cable says, I've been to the future, and guess what?
Oh, you're not even in
You're
it.
not even in it. You're like, yeah. And guess what? The Children of Vault have taken over the entire world. And is any other comic paying attention to this and making that part of what's happening?
Right.
No.
Right. They've been having these like grand adventures. They established that there have been a lot of threats, global threats that the Children of the Vault have been fighting back. And it's stuff that you could build events out of. And there's just not a mention in any other book.
They've taken over Mexico. I don't know. That seems pretty significant that like maybe
That's pretty
another
big.
Yeah, that may, and then it's also like there's no X-Men, but I love how it's just like, and then the other heroes, and you're like, yeah, like Thor would kick your ass. I don't know. It feels very, also the way they're rewriting it now, it feels very like what's the external, not the externals. What's the movie? The Eternals?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels very Eternals.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. The Children of the Vault do themselves.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm just like,
Yeah.
we've done this. I just like,
It's just really hard to relate to these characters, especially since, I mean, the only, like, they don't really stick in my memory much. I know Serafina is one we've seen this whole time.
Yeah, that's
but she's always taking
exactly
different forms.
None of these other ones. No, they're like, I'm this character. I'm like, who?
They're like moving targets. Yeah, you just can't connect to them.
I don't care. And here's the other thing: is it's the same thing when they keep making these different worlds where they're like, time passes slower. I don't feel. I think it's interesting if it's like, oh hey, like a couple of 100 years passed. That I feel is more interesting than like a 10,000 years passed, a million years have passed. Then I'm just like,
then like we can't. Our imaginations aren't capable of.
But also, you don't remember something that happened a million years ago. They come out and be like, "Oh, remember that conversation we had?" No, it happened a million years ago to you, bitch.
I don't remember what I did Saturday
Exactly.
night.
Thank you. It's just people just try to go to these extremes to be cool, and it ends up just coming across as like it ends up being completely like unrelatable.
There are 1 million Skrulls across the planet. Really, 1 million? You sure?
Because like for me, it's like imagine you went into a cave and you came out a day later and 20 years have passed. That is way more interesting if you came back a day later and 1 million years have passed and it's just a bunch of amoebas around. You know what I mean?
I know.
Not
unless it's talking amoebas. I don't believe that you took us 1 million years in the future.
Yeah, if it's 1 million years in the future and you come back still looking like people, it's not. And the idea that they
like
all
people?
And then they all die, they all kill themselves and then reconstitute themselves as like better and more powerful versions is the whole point of them too. I don't know. One thing I did like in this book is the use, like there was some really great use of Cable's and Bishop's powers. Bishop not being detected by the security cameras because he was like balancing, absorbing, and bouncing all their frequencies and energy. I thought that was really cool. That's cool.
And then the whole Cable psychic fight against the Children of the Vault member that they take hostage is very silence, psychic rescue in progress. You know, it's very silent issue from the Morrison run or the Emma Jean team up to rescue Storm, like those silence telepathic.
I mean, don't even mention those two epic things in comparison to this book.
But aesthetically, Cable was in the same world.
Sure. But also the art, I'm not art in the art. And that's, once again, as I always say, I know someone worked really hard on it and I feel bad. I think it's easier for me to trash the writing than trash the art. But the art, I wasn't really feeling, it's the expressions. If you don't get the expressions right for me, then I'm not feeling it. So, sorry.
I feel you.
Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man.
All right, so that's Children of the Vault.
I won't know who he is.
But that's the problem is the fact that no other comic is even addressing what's going on. It means that all of this is going to be reversed, and it's not going to mean anything.
Yeah.
So if I already know it's not going to mean anything, it's filler, and I don't care.
Yeah, we're in an interim period.
I could care a bit if it was like there was a really cool character that might stay behind and then join the X-Men. I don't want any of these people to join the X-Men.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Not even Serafina. No,
I don't care.
They're not even mutants.
And then after 1 million years, they still are fighting over whether to kill all the humans or not. A million years, you couldn't figure it out?
Come on.
Sounds like you haven't evolved.
Thank you. Not like this talking amoeba over here.
Well, but that's
so.
Just
can
me.
We talk about
that? Would be there? No, someone like you would come out. You would come out and be like, "Oh my god, it's been 1 million years. It's a talking amoeba." And I'd be like, "No, it's been 3 weeks, and I just put on some weight. So fuck you, Brett."
Oh, sorry. I totally thought you were a talking amoeba.
All right, so what's next?
You didn't read Astonishing Iceman, you homophobe.
No, I completely was like, faggots. I can't do it.
Can't stand cold faggots. Not anymore. This one was cute in that it starts with Bobby, like his original 05 days, like when his powers kind of kick in.
Yeah.
And you forget that he's from Fort Washington, Long Island. So the girl who he was using his ice powers to kind of save from a bully, quote unquote, her hair is teased so high.
Yeah, she's got the
Long
bangs.
Island back in the day.
Why don't you go
It's so
fuck yourself?
funny.
I'm going to take a cup of
She's
coffee
like, what the fuck
and
is
throw it
going on
your
with your
face.
ice hands?
Yeah. It was like fucking Debbie Mazar from like
It's Debbie
1980.
Mazar.
1980.
Club sensation from the 80s, Debbie Mazar. So anyway, Orcus sends who's this dipshit who's running this, like the Get Iceman corner of Orcus? I forget who it is, but he's completely ineffectual. He brings back Helium, the unfreezable man, part of the Elements of Doom, like a cheesy old team. But
Was that the big cloud thing?
Yeah. The one that's
Okay.
got Iceman's mother, who I have to say just feels out of character. I don't know. She's just like, oh, Iceman, oh, Bobby, I know that we've had our differences, but look, I'm proud of you, and I don't care what these townspeople think. I'm like, who's this bitch? Did she find Jesus? What's going on?
Maybe after her husband died, she had like, maybe she went to a PFLAG meeting.
Oh, Piflag. Then we have Iceman and Romeo in bed, and Iceman's like, what are we? And Romeo's like, I don't know. All I know is I love you. Why put a label on it? And Iceman's like, because I need labels, essentially.
So Iceman is like, we want to be boyfriends. And Romeo's like, I don't need this commitment. Well, how about the fact that he's stuck in Antarctica? Are they on the North Pole or Antarctica? I forget.
I think Antarctica.
So he's stuck in Antarctica and has to basically pull his body together over and over. And Iceman's still like, what are we though? I need more of a commitment.
Like,
I'd be like, fucking turn to a puddle, bitch.
Turn to a puddle, bitch. I'll pull you back together with my gay love powers. That's what Romeo's doing, is pulling Iceman together after he discorporates with his gay love powers.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world to date someone with empathic powers.
Oh, no way.
Oh, hi. I can just, control your emotions? Hell no. I would be more, I mean, I also don't think I could ever date a psychic. I don't want someone to be able to read my mind.
I don't know how Cyclops does it.
So this is because Cyclops doesn't have doesn't have a personality. So he's like, yeah, read my mind. Blah. All I'm thinking about is fighting and pussy. You know what I mean?
You know what I would love?
What?
I would love a Cyclops if it was revealed that he was on the spectrum.
Oh my God.
I think that'd be cool.
That's so funny you said that, because that's in that my friend just got into a huge fight with another friend. Because that person was like, I've been watching some like TikToks and I think you're on the spectrum.
No.
He was like, what the fuck?
What?
And
Some
I was like,
TikToks?
yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, now everybody now is either on the spectrum or like everybody realizes that they're on the spectrum and their mom and dad are narcissists, which is and it could be true, but not for everybody. I think everybody's like, I have one symptom of autism and now I have it. And you're like, girl, just calm down a little bit. Like, try not, everybody's like, yeah, it's like, but it's so funny where it's like, let's not diagnose people. Let's not diagnose our friends.
Let's not be quick to be diagnosing people, especially if you are not equipped.
But
by that, I mean have a degree.
I think Cyclops is more just completely emotionally traumatized.
Yeah.
And is incapable of having his own thoughts.
And maybe that's why he dates telepaths, because that's the only way somebody can actually connect with him on an emotional level.
Yeah, he needs someone.
What's going on
he needs
inside.
someone to tell him what to think. And the one time where he's
somebody who can get it without him having to say it.
Yeah, and the only time where it was like, no, Wolverine versus Cyclops. No, I'm going to take a stand and do this. That was Emma. That was Emma making all those decisions. Let's be honest.
Obviously, she's the only one to get shit done.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iceman's fighting all these monsters, all these elements of doom, death. And then he takes Helium, the unfreezable man, he shoots him up to space. And then he's hugging his mom. And his mom is like, I don't care if you're a faggot. Not anymore. What lipstick should I wear? And he disincorporates. He comes back thanks to Romeo. And then at the end, I was like, oh, is this the guy from, and it is. They're calling him the cleaner. And by them, Orcus. Mm-hmm. Orcus is like, okay, the Helium man didn't get the job done. Let's call him the cleaner, AKA Mr. Clean, who I only remember from his first appearance when, was it Chuck Austen, the book that came out alongside Morrison's book, where it was Uncanny X-Men and it was Iceman, Chamber, Angel, and they all had like leather jackets on too. And like Chamber dated Sugar Cane, that pop star, and Mr. Clean was this guy with like a fire tank on his back and he hated mutants.
Wait, was
Anyway,
that Stacy X era?
Before that, yeah, slightly before that.
But it wasn't X-Men,
no,
or
it
wasn't
was.
Extreme X-Men. No, because wasn't there Extreme X-Men and then Uncanny?
Claremont was on Extreme X-Men.
And this is what was happening. This was
Uncanny.
This is what was happening Uncanny. Okay, I'm not caught up on any of that, so I probably missed him completely. Is he Mr. Clean?
Yeah.
What is his power?
But now they're calling him the Cleaner because they probably can't call him Mr. Clean. So they're going to bring him in. Although in the preview cover for next Astonishing Iceman #3, it's Iceman and another homo, the Captain America of the Railways, whose name I forget. Aaron Jackson, maybe?
What? Who? Do I know who that is?
You don't know the Captain America of the Railways, the homeless gay kid?
No.
Oh my God, get into it. He's awesome. It was a book where like Captain America and Falcon went around meeting like other people around the country who have donned like their version of Captain America. There's like a Native American Captain America, and then there's this homeless gay youth who is the Captain America of the Railways.
Does he have super soldier serum?
I don't think so. I think he's just like like a Robin type.
Oh, okay. And then they were like, "Oh, you're homeless because your parents kicked you out if you're gay. Bye." They didn't like help him
Basically,
out.
Bye. No, he's like, I don't need your help. He's like, I'm doing a good thing here. Aaron Fisher. He does have artificially enhanced physiology. He was experimented on involuntarily.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Super soldier. Yep.
Oh, so he is a super soldier, but then he's homeless?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they help the kid out.
His father physically abused him.
Oh, no.
And then he became the Captain America of the Railways. And he met Steve Rogers, and he's now like a friend of Steve Rogers, but Steve Rogers will not give him a red cent. He has to earn it. He has to get a job.
Yeah, get a job, faggot.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's another Captain America called the campus Captain America. She's like a college Captain America. She's friends with the Captain America of the Railways. There's all these little Captain Americas running around.
That sounds
one of them's
really,
gay.
That sounds
and
really
he's going to be an Iceman next issue.
College Captain America? That's dumb. That's just
listen.
That's stupid.
The right to education is part of the American dream.
Nobody needs to go to college anymore.
Oh my gosh, higher ed
too expensive.
Never been less trusted.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive. All right, can we finally talk about X-Men Red?
Yes, please.
This book is good.
Of course. Of course it is. I feel like, is this the same art the whole time? Is this the same art that's been going on?
No, I think this was a different artist, or maybe like the past two issues.
Yeah, this art I'm not into as much as the previous art.
Because we had Stefano Caselli before, like that was.
Yeah, I think
really
I was just
good.
spoiled. And this is once again, there's some parts where people are having facial expressions, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not feeling it. Sorry.
Yeah, we do learn a lot about the Fisher King in this.
Yeah, we see him as a kid.
History. We see him as a kid. We see
basically
him
he was. Have we seen this? We see this monster with a big brain and like teeth in his brain.
Yeah,
his
for when
name
Fisher King was a little boy.
Azazoth. Have we ever seen him before?
I don't think so.
But basically, the Fisher King was like, actually take away everything of who I am. So it was taken away. It's not like I thought it was kind of like that was. It was
like his mutant power.
Exactly, but no, it was just taken away.
He did it on purpose. Yeah.
Do you think now that he's merged with
Xylo?
With Xylo, that he's like remembering things?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
So then Fisher King Xylo is just doing like some war strategy with everybody. One thing I do love about the art.
Yeah.
I love, what's his name? Ironfire. He's sitting there just like a little faggot.
Yeah. He's
Look
like,
at him.
yeah, let me know when I either
He's
need
like-
to fuck or fight. Oh, wait, the person's
like-
sitting there? No, that's not. That's Nova.
Leaning all the way on the right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Nova because he's also sitting.
No, I'm talking about Ironfire
Okay, got it. No, I see now.
with his baggy pants tucked into his boots.
And basically, they're talking about how there's a whole area of where Tarn used to rule, of all of his little, crazy monsters that's kind of hasn't chosen a side yet. And they realize, she's going to have to take the water, but because they haven't, it means, what's the water dude's name?
Sobunar.
Sobunar isn't fully under control from Genesis and God, I can't remember anything. What is the mask's name? I'm terrible.
Genesis. Oh, Annihilation.
Annihilation. Jesus Christ. Why don't I just put me out to pasture? He's not fully under control. Although you do see when we see Sobunar and Genesis and Lakaon, I don't know how to say the wolf guy's name.
Yeah.
You still see Annihilation. That little staff is still trying to influence.
It's just controlling
everybody.
all of them. It's the staff is manipulating all these people. That's why they're going to lose. They have no real impulses of their own.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I guess the whole thing is, do they not realize if you just get rid of the staff, then you win? If you just have to get rid of Annihilation, but can you not kill Annihilation? Is that kind of part of it?
Saturnine turned Annihilation from the helmet into the staff.
But didn't she do that because? Yeah, I was going to say because even she couldn't kill it. So I don't know, but anyway. Storm kind of falls. Storm kind of, this is unlike Storm. She doesn't kind of see a few steps ahead.
Which I kind of like. I like Storm not being infallible. I like Storm fucking up every once in a while.
But she's basically what? They're going to come on the ocean? What, they're doing it now? That's stupid. I could just take a tidal wave and knock them all over. And then a big monster comes up and she's like, whatever. And she just creates a huge piece of hail into a spike and just stabs this huge sea monster dead. And but that doesn't really work. But before we get to that, we go to the past with No Name, and we find out that he was the first of the dark. What are they? The dark circle, where there's
the seat of night.
The seat of nothing.
The night.
There's
the Night Watch.
The night circle. Circle jerk.
But it's the people that showed up that they were always missing. They were always the secret.
Yeah,
trio.
and Bobby is now one of them, right?
Yeah.
But it used to be
SZA of the Smoke always was one.
SZA of the Smoke was nowhere, and then Zora of the Spirit is nobody, who's married apparently to Mr. No Name,
to Fisher King.
King, and he was the seat of nothing. And it turns out they met in Solemn's jail cell because it was the only way to avoid the detection that they were doing treason.
Yeah. And what I also love is that Cora of the Burning Heart and her sister Weaponless Zen, their names are both kind of from their mom, Zora.
Yeah. So that's, and we see them as young kids later on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it turns out they were caught because the flora and fauna in their goddamn stomach was
Fucking
able
Genesis.
to talk to Genesis. Jesus Christ. Oh. That's well, fuck me. My IBS turned me in. Great.
My allergies?
Yeah. Oh, great. Not only do I have fucking diarrhea, but now my diarrhea told me I'm a traitor.
Another way my allergies betray me.
So anyway, they're but somebody has to die. And they bring in the kids. They bring in Weaponless Zen and what's the other one's name? Cora. And they're no, don't, we can't do this. And the mom decides to be the one. She sacrifices herself. And I'll just say this. She has burning eyes. I couldn't have sex with that. I couldn't have sex
Oh,
with
I
someone
could.
whose eye. No, because I need to look into somebody's eyes. If they're just like
Oh
flames
God, not
coming
me.
out of it.
Oof. Don't you dare.
Oh, are you just like, oh, it's because you're turned around biting a pillow? So.
Yep. I've never looked anyone in the eye during sex.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're like, put this bag
Because
over
that's
your
the only
head.
way gay sex works, right? They have to do it
No,
from
no,
behind.
I am the opposite. I have to look in somebody's eye. I hate doggy style. But it also shows you this is why it's Weaponless Zen hates him, right? Isn't she the one that says weakling? Yeah.
Yeah.
She hates her dad.
It's amazing. This is such good storytelling. Like so many threads are picked back up. You're like, oh my God.
But the Fisher King sees that, now that they killed the sea monster out of him,
It was it was a Trojan horse.
comes an Okara gate, not a Krakoan gate, not an Arakan gate, an Okara gate, the combination of the two. Meaning this
And here
gate is
comes
way more
all the-
powerful. It takes
all the
them right to a
monsters.
Menth, and here
Yep.
we see the four horsemen fucking show up.
The white sword is there. The summoners show up. It's not good.
Yeah,
The demon hordes of Amenth.
yeah. But you know who's not there? Apocalypse.
Yeah, and I like still to this day we do not know if that is Apocalypse in
The X-Men.
Immortal.
Yeah. So we don't know where he is, but he's going to show up and he is not going to be on Genesis's side.
I hope not. Love will make it do crazy things though.
Yeah, I do want I'm ready for Apocalypse to show up and be like, let's win this bitch.
I mean, I do think that Apocalypse is going to be leading a team of X-Men in the near future because of
Yeah.
that promo that came out.
Yeah. And
What
I
if-
think, yeah. And that's
What if Xavier becomes a villain and Apocalypse becomes Xavier? Oh fuck.
that would be interesting.
Oh,
How would Xavier become a villain? Because he just wants to kill
Look at him.
humans. But
Look
do you
at him.
do you think he's going to turn full Magneto and just be like,
Girl.
I'm going to kill all the humans?
I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before. Hello, Onslaught. Hello,
Yeah.
multiverse of evil Xaviers that Dazzler had to kill.
Sins of Sinister.
Sins of Linister. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'd be down for that. But X-Men
He's
Red,
looking all sexy with a beard.
the
Villain.
only thing that I don't want, the only thing though, still, the reason I do like this too is the two factions leaders are both like women. I don't like the idea of a man coming in and being like, all right, let
They're
me
both
help
black
out.
women.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's great. It's fun. This is
it's
the
great.
one this is like, I was
This is
reading
the
these,
one.
I was reading these other ones and I'm just like, because there's some other
This
Marvel
is the
comics we
one.
read
You
as
read it and
well.
you feel it.
Yeah.
We did read other comics that don't start with X.
How about we hit the music to talk about them?
Yeah.
Hit it.
Comics that I have read. There's other comics than the X-Men.
But who cares really? We read
So I know
two
there's
comics.
two. Yes, but there's one I want to tell you about really quick.
Okay, sure.
So I also read Daredevil #1. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Daredevil died.
And didn't Elektra
And-
take over?
Elektra took over. Well, yeah, but Daredevil died after that. He went to hell, and to save the souls of the people he loved from hell, he had to like stay in hell. But then the end of the last run, the end of Chip Zdarsky's run, he mysteriously showed back up with full amnesia, and he was a priest at like a youth center. And Elektra sees him. She's like, "Holy fucking shit! It's Matt Murdock."
Does he
And he's
have
like, "Who are-"
Does he have his powers? Is he still
He
blind?
does. He does, but like I don't think he doesn't use them. It's more
Well,
like a thing
use
that's
them-
happening to him.
Okay, but I do feel like if you're blind, but you can still suddenly like make your way around, you'd be like, something's up with me. I'm not.
You'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah. Yes. So he's walking around as a priest who remembers nothing about his past.
Catholic?
Elektra shows up. She's spying on him. She's like, "What the fuck is he doing back?" But then some sort of giant demon who looks like an old man with a long beard and long hair, who's wearing a killer Italian suit, but like open, like he's at the beach, with giant horns coming out of his head. He takes Elektra over and fights Matt Murdock in his bedroom. And I have to tell you, the art of what it looks like with this demon taking over Elektra, forcing Elektra to fight Daredevil. It is some of the coolest art I have ever seen.
Nice. See, that's what I was missing in a lot of these.
Really, 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 really good. Like I stared at it. I just loved looking at it. Also, the guy that writes this is Saladin Ahmed, who wrote Abbott, which was that book I was reading. I forget if you read it. It was like an Image or Dark Horse comic. It was set in the 70s. It was about a black female reporter who was taking on like the occult.
I do remember that, yeah.
It's the same writer, and this issue of Daredevil 1 kind of feels a little bit Abbott-ish in terms of like these demons possessing humans and doing fucked up shit. It's very cool.
I will say I'm opening this up. I'm
really
looking
into this.
I opened it up and I'm looking. The art is
incredible.
Amazing. And here's the thing that I'm going to say this. I can't, it's like, I'm trying to be like, oh, it's kind of like this. I don't know. It's like a mixture of like, there's a little bit of Frank Quitely. Is there quite?
Yeah.
A little bit of that, but not.
A little bit of like Nick Bradshaw.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of things.
A little bit of John Romita. Like
it's like all of them combined.
It's really good.
It's really good. Yeah, this is the shit.
So it makes the book such a fun read. And like, look at like that, the demon possessing Elektra, like that is so cool.
Oh yeah, and then that looks great.
When Matt like exercises the demon, it burns away while wearing his yellow Daredevil costume. Like it's just freaky shit. I love it. Anyway.
Oh, it's so cool because like you kind of see him behind. Oh, that's really
his head
smart.
Is, like, covering her.
That's
like, her
really
body.
That's really
it's
smart.
Really, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
this guy's the future. Let's have him on an X-Men comic.
Yeah. And the writer too is incredible. So I have high hopes for this new run of Daredevil. So I think I might get into it.
Oh, I'm excited. Cool.
But we read Avengers Inc. by Al Ewing, who also writes X-Men Red, and Werewolf by Night by Derek Landy.
Let's talk about Avengers Inc.
Okay. How do you feel about Janet Van Dyne?
I don't know if this is like her thing. I don't know if this is what I saw her of like, if we're going to do something with Janet, let's suddenly make her
this is a
detective.
Basically like it's like a Jessica Jones type thing with
Janet
Van
Dyne. I honestly would rather have it be Jessica Jones.
Yeah. As this story goes on, we realize this is very much a like Wasp, Ant-Man, Vision corner of the Marvel universe. Like this gets very Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes, yeah, because spoilers. At the very end, it turns out the person perpetrating everything that's going on is Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Who has been a villain for a while now, so
he has, and he's with Eric O'Grady, the third Ant-Man, who's the jerk Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. But wasn't at some point he was like merged with Ultron?
Ultron at the end of like Rage of Ultron. Or something
did
like
that stop? When did that? I can't remember.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So I do like that it's Janet Van Dyne, so we can have her like battle Hank Pym, but her being like a detective.
Although so basically the premise here is that 6 low-tier supervillains are assassinated while in their cells. And Mayor Luke Cage, yes, that is a thing now, which is great, wants Janet to investigate because one of the murdered supervillains is Whirlwind, who, I never knew this, is considered the Wasp's arch nemesis.
And is a mutant.
Yeah, what?
Huh? You didn't go through the gate. I guess you couldn't because you were in jail. How come Sabretooth got to be taken back to Krakoa, but they're like, you rot in jail, Whirlwind.
Is it said in here that he's a mutant?
Yeah. They go, hey, like mutie. And she's like, don't call him that. And then I looked it up. I was like, wait a minute. And it's like, yes, he's a mutant who can spin his bottom half.
Oh, I thought they were calling him mutie because there was no other explanation for the powers he was.
No, he's established as a mutant.
Wow.
But never went to Krakoa, but whatever. And they keep on talking about how she named the Avengers. And here's my problem. And I know Al Ewing
She probably did.
is great. And I know he was kind of doing it on purpose. But it was starting to bug me. Because it was just like, a lot of it is her just being like, a lot of it was just like, you know, we're the Avengers. We avenge. We don't kill people and get back at them. I'm like, I don't know. Isn't that kind of what an Avenger is?
Yeah, never really. Yeah.
But I'm like, are you doing that on purpose, making her sound stupid? And then she's just like, I don't know if I want to take, like, you'd see her thought, like her thought bubble or whatever, being like, I don't know. I don't want him telling me what to do. I don't want to take this case. Hey, I'm the only one that can do this. Let me have this. I'm like, wait, what? There was a lot of and I was unsure.
Well, he gives her a pep talk. He changes her mind.
I know, but there was a lot of back and forth and it just made her seem stupid. And I was like, is he doing this on purpose? Because it was kind of funny. But then I was like, but she's coming across kind of dumb. And here's the other one. And this is an art issue. All right, I'm going to say it. And this is a gay man. I feel I have the right to say this. They were like, no superhero costumes. And she goes, Jarvis, get me my, you know, civilian special costume.
Wardrobe zero.
And he's like, oh, but Janet, you know, it's been out of season. It's been seasons, you know, it's out of style. And she's
I thought that was hilarious.
No, but here, no, I'm not done yet. And she's like, you know, classic, you know, real style never goes out of fashion.
Yeah.
She shows up
she's wearing.
in the ugliest outfit ever. And that's why I'm like,
definitely had that
is
thought.
this on purpose? I think that's the thing as I'm reading things and I'm like, I can't tell if this is on purpose or not.
Right. Or like, is there like a tongue in cheek? Like
is there a tongue in cheek where she showed
Avenger?
Like, I wish there was another line being like, what are you wearing? Like, I wish someone, like when she showed up at the morgue, the like, you know, the soldier was like, what are you wearing? Like, I needed a little bit more.
She looks so matronly.
Yeah. I wanted a little bit more because right now it was like, no, that was supposed to look cool, but it did not.
No, the artist did not. I mean, the artist like should have consulted a fashion designer.
Yeah.
But then so Whirlwind is killed. The other 5 who were killed wake up. They're not dead. But then Whirlwind wakes up, but he's no longer Whirlwind. He's now someone calling himself Victor Shade, which was the Vision's old
with all of the Vision's powers.
Yeah, and he has the Vision's powers. And shot through the head, it wasn't exactly a bullet. It was a thing that kind of cut a diamond shape out in his forehead. So whoever this Victor Shade, who has now entered Whirlwind's body mysteriously, is just giving powers of the Vision and look of the Vision. But like human.
Well, but it seems like clearly they were saying something about a speedster, but I thought it was just somebody is in a small, like a shrunk down ship and it's just shooting through their head. That's why it's not like a bullet. Yeah. I think that's how it is.
Yes.
But I was confused where then he was like, Janet Van Dyne's connected to this. I don't want her involved. Just raise them back from the dead. I was like, what? I didn't understand how they were all then like, oh, turn it off and now they're alive. I was confused about how that works.
It'll be explained, yeah.
But
yeah.
I also it was weird that the Vision character doesn't have any of the Vision's memories, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't think it's Vision.
Yeah, that's what but why does it have the Vision's powers?
Yeah, it might have been created by Hank Pym.
Because Jarvis is a person in these comics. And I'm just thinking of the movies where Jarvis became Ultron. Isn't that what happened? No, Ultron became Vision. Wasn't Jarvis AI?
Jarvis became AI? Vision.
Yeah, Jarvis became Vision. Jarvis is now a person, a faggot, apparently, in this comic.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Are you not familiar with Jarvis the Butler from Avengers comics?
No, I am. It's making me, though, forget where did Vision come from? I know they originally based some of it on Wonder Man, like the personality, but where did he originally get created? Was he just built by Hank Pym, just from scratch?
I think so. Or was it? No, he was built by Ultron.
Oh, he was built by Ultron. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Yeah. And then, Jarvis is definitely like, it was that like dropping the no costumes, Jen. And then Jarvis dropping the tray. No costumes for the Wasp.
I know. I just imagine his voice. He's doing that like, oh my god, oh my goodness. Oh,
Jarvis is a real person in the MCU. Also, Agent Carter. That's her partner. He was Howard Stark's butler.
Was that played by what's his nuts too? Played by that actor? Did he have the same voice?
Did you see Agent Carter?
No, I didn't watch any of that shit.
You didn't watch Agent Carter?
I didn't like Agent Carter. I didn't have powers.
It was so good.
There's no magic or anything.
It was like moonlighting.
I didn't get
anyway,
into it.
Jarvis the butler, Howard Stark's butler, is the male lead of
Moonlighting. I'm not familiar with. I was too young for that. I'm not familiar.
Girl, you weren't too young for that.
Shut up.
And I watched it.
Shut up. Of course I watched it.
I loved Moonlighting. You should watch Moonlighting. You'll love it.
No, I'm kidding.
It's really quirky.
Shut up. I watched every goddamn episode of Moonlighting.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I was like, wait, what?
That's how I first learned about Angeline. Because she was in the opening credits.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And that's when I first was like, I'd let Bruce Willis fuck the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
So hot.
Remember the one with the woman with the black veil? Because she had acid burned on her face?
Oh, yeah. And remember there was, when they first kissed, right before they kissed, she went bastard and he went bitch. And everyone was like, oh, and it was the first time those two words were said on network TV.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I remember the final episode was the same night as the final episode of Family Ties, and I was the only one in America who watched Moonlighting.
Sha-la-la-la.
Sha-la-la-la. All right, Werewolf by Night.
This was cute. See, now I'm back on board. This felt like, yes.
This was super fun. So this was two protagonists. One is Jack Russell, the Werewolf by Night. Still cannot believe his name is Jack Russell. And the other is Elsa Bloodstone, both converging on the same spooky castle because this fucked up sorceress vampire looking wizard dude has kidnapped a girl for some ritual.
And the one thing I like, and then the cool thing is it's told with from both of their perspectives, and it keeps alternating back and forth. And the going back and forth from each of their inner thoughts is where a lot of the comedy is.
Yeah, a lot of this is inner monologue.
Where it's inner monologue. They see each other and they clearly have a past. And and he's like, oh my God, that's her. I could have loved her. Maybe I could have loved her another time. And then it just cuts to her and she's like, he smells like a dog. Like, it's like really, really cute.
It was really cute. And in fact, like there's one part where he growls. He's like, when I see that necromantic, he's mine, grr. And she says to herself, down, girl. She's attracted to.
Yeah. She's like so into it. They're fighting. And I love where they're just like, hey, this guy, he's like a fucking loser. So clearly he's not going to kill her till the stroke of midnight because that's how they are. But they show up and the girl's dead. And he's like, oh, no.
I killed her.
That was the early part. The stroke of midnight is this other part. And they're like, oh, well, fuck. So I also like that she was dead. It was very end of Watchmen. Like, whoops. Oh, no, it happened 20 minutes ago.
35. Yeah. I also love that the art is black and white. It's told like a black and white movie, much like Werewolf by Night on television, except Elsa. Elsa is always in color. And they even have a thing if she's like, I'm not one to hide in the shadows. Look at me. I've got bright orange hair. I wear orange. Like, I like them to see that I'm coming, which is a very Moon Knight thing, which is why he wears white. But just the art, too, is just in on the joke.
Yeah, but the disappointing thing is that it's one issue.
Yeah.
This was something where I'm like, no, I want more of this.
I want more of this. They do a color ending, much like Werewolf by Night did on TV.
Yeah, where he looks like Jesus when he's not a werewolf.
Yeah, he's not a werewolf, and his hair is really long, his beard's really long, and she's like, I'm so not attracted to this. She's like, I'll see ya. It's good to read an Elsa Bloodstone story. You're like, all right, she is like our type of character.
Yeah. Remember the Marvel Switch game that we played together back in the day?
Yeah.
I loved being Elsa.
Yes. Was that Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah. I looked at it recently.
Elsa.
I saw my friends saw it and were like, let's open it up. And there's like all of these new like levels they added to it.
Oh, really?
But the problem was is it was just too hard to level up.
Yeah.
Like it was like,
to
get to here,
yeah.
you need to be to level like 200. I'm like, bitch, I'm at like 60.
You're like, I'm doing the math. Like it's not even possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like, I guess people are just way better at this game than I am.
Good God.
Anyway, it was a great book. So
great book. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Spooky season's right around the corner. Yay.
Spooky.
Something's right around the corner, but something just ended.
Yeah. And will it
hit
come
that
back?
music? And will it come back? Hit that music.
I always feel like I'm watching a comic movie or TV.
Harley Quinn season 4 came to an end.
And set up a season 5, which we don't know if we will get or not. But we are getting a spin-off.
We're getting a spin-off of Kite Man.
Kite Man is getting his own show on the Max, which looks in the spirit of Harley Quinn. It's going to be great.
I do feel it would be weird to make a show of Kite Man without having another season of Harley Quinn.
Right.
But, who knows? But it looks like Harley Quinn, in the end, they kind of literally blow everything up. They even blow up the moon, but Superman puts it back together.
Yeah.
And then Lex Luthor is kidnapped into a different dimension by that character from the earlier episode, Steppenwolf. And that's where Harley realized, like, oh, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just an outcast. And I kind of play by my own rules. And I think Poison Ivy was like, you know what? I'm kind of the same thing. Because all of these evil guys aren't doing what I want to do. And so they're like, let's start up. And also at the end, Batgirl got shot. And then, oh, what happened? She didn't die. She's paralyzed. Hello, Oracle.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, she even does like a number of computer hack jobs. Like she dives right into the Oracle persona in this episode. So basically what they've set up in the next season is Gotham City Sirens, where they even tried calling it Birds of Prey, where Catwoman, Ivy, Harley, and Oracle will be involved, are going to try to find Nightwing, who was resurrected by Talia al Ghul and Damian Wayne.
Yeah. So
promising. But this
great.
saw what happened here. So Joker is back to being Joker. He's no longer a good mayor.
But what did she do? Well, she basically kidnapped him and was like going to kill him. But she had him on a leash, but then they didn't what did she do with him? Did she just let him go?
Yeah, where did he wind up?
Yeah, we didn't see like what happened to him after that. But
they tore down the status quo. Basically their whole thesis statement at the end was you cannot change the system from within the system. So Harley quits the Bat family. Poison Ivy quits the Legion of Doom.
Oh, Batman leaves jail.
Batman, he gets out of
right
Arkham,
as Alfred
jail.
comes in.
Right as Alfred's coming in, and Bruce does it by like, hey, tell the warden that his daughter just got into so and so university.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's free. So it was just a lot of kind of resetting, but yet opening up new things at the end.
Was Gotham City Sirens an actual comic?
Yeah. Yeah. Gotham City Sirens is Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley.
Oh, okay. And Birds of Prey. Who's Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey's got like a rotating. But
it was Oracle, Black Canary.
It's always Black Canary.
And Oracle.
Yeah. I like. Who else is on Birds of Prey? Like why I want to say Katana. Like I don't know, but it's got different.
Was Harley Quinn ever in the comic of Birds of Prey?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Okay, I didn't know if that was just like for the movie.
Yeah, like for the movie. No, I think she was part of the comics cast as well. But they even say when they're naming themselves the Gotham City Sirens. I think Batgirl's like, what about the Birds of Prey? No. But I mean, like, still so fun. I want this show to never end. I love that it's spinning out a Kite Man offshoot. Who does the voice of Kite Man, I wonder? It's probably someone really good.
Let's look it up. It looks like wait, it has two people. Oh no, wait, Harley Quinn. Matt Oberg.
Oh.
What is he's if you look up what he looks like, he's like a guest star in every sitcom you've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Birds of Prey, I'm looking up some. We've had Huntress on Birds of Prey. We've had Hawk and Dove on Birds of Prey.
But there was Catwoman as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so it could have been Birds of Prey. But, whatever.
That's what I thought. I said to myself when they were doing it, I'm like, oh, are they setting up Birds of Prey? And they were like, well,
no.
Close. Oh, I've met Matt Oberg.
Oh, really?
I've met him at an improv comedy festival in DC.
Nice.
Yeah, that guy. He was really hot back in the day. All right.
Great.
I
think we covered it.
I think
there is a new show coming out in a couple weeks that we're going to start covering. Are you aware of it?
Yes, but I want to make sure you're aware of it.
Are we talking about the same show?
Of course we are. Let's say it at the same time.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm like, wait, what's the full name of it? Okay, now I know. Okay, go ahead. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Gen V. Did you not know it?
No.
Oh, you do not know what that is?
Is that the Boys?
The Boys spinoff.
Yeah.
It premieres in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's basically X-Men. It's like in the school, except all murder.
Yeah, but it's going to be gory. Yeah, that'll be fun. That comes out in a few weeks. Did you see that? Who is the female character in Invincible?
Adam Eve.
Did you see the animated one shot they did on Amazon of Adam Eve?
No, I'm going to wait until the new season comes out and then I'll just watch it right before.
It's got one of the best animated superhero fights I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's incredible.
But did you even watch the first season of Invincible?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did.
They're taking a long time to have that come back. Did you have, but you never read the comic.
No, I did not.
The comic is one of the best comics ever made, from beginning to end. One of the best comics ever made.
One of the greats.
Okay.
You know who else is one of the greats?
Who?
You.
Me? Aww.
Yes. And you, listeners.
But not you, Brett. No, I'm just kidding.
Not me. So close.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. We got a lot more stuff to cover in the coming weeks and months and whenever. We're getting to spooky season. Hey, if there's anything spooky or scary or fun, let us know, because we're going to cover that too. October is just around the corner. Burr. And
just around the coven.
And I just want to let you know, if you like Halloween and you like comics, well, I hate to break it to you, but that makes you queer.
Bye.
Bye.
Damn.